Namaskar. I am Soma Sen Roy, forecaster at IMD, and I am bringing you the weather for the next 2 weeks starting from today. So the most significant weather phenomenon during the past week, and in fact from 21st of November, was the fact that there were 3 tropical cyclones over the Indian region and the surrounding oceans. First was tropical cyclone Gati, then tropical cyclone Nivar, then third was tropical cyclone Burevi. So this particular week we saw the remnant of tropical cyclone Nivar gradually dissipating and Burevi gradually forming, and in fact as of today it has also weakened. So this is the track of tropical cyclone Nivar. It had crossed over near Puducherry coast on 26th November, and thereafter it weakened and very slightly it moved northwards and died down. At the same time we had tropical cyclone Burevi. This formed as a low pressure area over Andaman Sea and the adjoining areas of equatorial Indian Ocean, gradually moved westwards, and as of today it is lying in the Gulf of Mannar region of near the Indian subcontinent. So when we talk of the very severe cyclonic storm Nivar, the first part we had dealt with in the last week's weekly video. That was up to 25th of November. Beyond that, the life cycle was that it crossed the Tamil Nadu Puducherry coasts on 26th of November in the early morning hours as a very severe cyclonic storm with wind speeds reaching 120 km per hour, gusting to 135 km per hour. Thereafter it had weakened, and as a depression it had further weakened, and on 27th it became less marked. When we consider the quality of our forecasts, if we take our verification statistics, we find that this particular cyclone Nivar, although it was a very severe cyclonic storm, it was very well forecast. The first block that you see is the landfall point forecast error, and if you note that even at 72-hour forecast, it means 3 days ahead of the event, on an average the error in the landfall point was only 16 kilometers, which if you compare to the general tropical cyclone forecast accuracy over the Indian region for the last 5 years, which is 100 kilometers, it was only 16 kilometers for this particular tropical cyclone. Timing error was only 30 minutes for the 24-hour forecast. Of course, in the 48 and 72-hour forecast timings, there was not much improvement, but due to the highly precise forecast of time of landfall, location of landfall, the track forecast, the state government could be warned in time. They took action, and there was very less damage to life and property as a result of the landfall of this very severe tropical cyclone. Only 3 people died, and that too for related causes rather than directly due to the tropical cyclone. So when you consider the next cyclone, tropical cyclone Burevi, it started as a low pressure area on 28th November, as I already told you. By 1st of December, it had become a cyclonic storm, and it lay over southeast Bay of Bengal. Yesterday night, that is on 2nd December, between 22:30 and 23:30 IST, it crossed Trincomalee coast and it lay in the Gulf of Pamban, the Banna, this region just off the coast of Pamban. This has then weakened further, and currently it is lying as a deep depression over the same region, and it will now move across the southernmost districts of Tamil Nadu, which is Thoothukudi and Ramanathapuram, in a weakened state. As a result, rainfall will be more prominent rather than the high winds that associated with the tropical cyclone. So because of the gradual weakening, we have removed the red alerts from the mainland of India, and now only orange alert is there for South Tamil Nadu and South Kerala as the system moves across the land. That is over the northern parts of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and over South Coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, South Interior Karnataka. Only heavy rainfall will be expected in the next 2 days. So if you see the wind warning, since the system cyclonic storm Burevi has weakened, we are expecting only 50 to 60 kmph winds over the Gulf of Mannar region, where it is presently over this particular region. And once it comes to the coast, inside the coast, it will weaken further, and lighter winds, which is 40 to 50, gusting 45 to 55, gusting to 65 kmph is expected, and it will reduce thereafter. However, afterwards, once it comes to the sea again, it is likely to intensify. The winds are likely to intensify slightly. 45 to 55 kmph will be seen over Lakshadweep area, but Kerala, the southern districts of Kerala also will get winds, but it will be light winds. Only 4 districts, Alappuzha, Trivandrum, Kollam and Pathanamthitta. So, when you talk of the fishermen warning, although this system is in a weakened state, seas are still rough. So, fishermen are advised not to go into Gulf of Mannar, Comorin area and South Tamil Nadu coast during the next 12 hours, and thereafter for the next 24 hours they are not expected to go into South Kerala, Comorin area, Southeast Arabian Sea regions of around the Indian subcontinent. Especially small fishermen boats are expected to take adequate precautions. So if you see the daily cloudiness and rainfall during this particular week, on account of this tropical cyclone, very severe cyclonic storm Nivar, the main rainfall belt was confined to over northern parts of Tamil Nadu and mostly over Chennai and surrounding regions. There was extremely heavy rainfall also recorded, whereas luckily this new Burevi cyclone is moving further south, so the same region is not facing the effect of rainfall or high winds again. Maximum rainfall that was recorded during on account of the movement of these cyclones yesterday because of the movement of Burevi is still not very low. It is around 20 centimeter maximum over Nagapattinam district as expected, and little less over Karaikal and Thiruvarur districts. Rainfall has decreased. If you see the weekly rainfall for the country as a whole, you will note that the country, this is not the rainfall season for the country, India, so we expect on an average only around 5, and to this particular cumulative rainfall during this particular week was 10 millimeter over the country as a whole. But the most significant change that has come about is South Peninsula. If you see, last week it was minus 5% deficient because of the movement of tropical cyclone and very severe cyclonic storm Nivar and Burevi, cyclonic storm Burevi. This has become plus 9%. This is the temperature, because this season temperature is equally important, if not more. Over North India, the temperatures have, if you note, the green and blue colors indicate below normal temperatures in both maximum and minimum. You will note that the movement of the western disturbance in the north and the 2 tropical cyclones in the south have, on account of the associated clouding, the maximum temperature has generally been low over those regions, and minimum temperature has been higher than normal over these particular regions. So if you see the synoptic conditions for today, the cyclone Burevi is dominating still, though it has weakened into a deep depression as of 17:30 IST of today. There is another system forming over the Malay Peninsula. This is still under monitoring. However, models indicate it is not likely to strengthen into a tropical cyclone, but it is being constantly monitored nevertheless. Associated rainfall, it is now the rainfall forecast is mostly associated with cyclone Burevi, so or depression Burevi. So day one, that is tomorrow we are expecting, not day one, tomorrow we are expecting very heavy rainfall over South Tamil Nadu, South Kerala still. By day 2, not day 2, by 5th, we expect the rainfall to decrease further. Only isolated rainfall will likely be there. Only Lakshadweep, because the system remnant is likely to emerge into the Arabian Sea. So, some rainfall increase intensity we are seeing over Lakshadweep Islands on 5th. On 6th, the entire rainfall is likely to decrease. We have no warnings for 7th. But simultaneously, we will also note that fog warnings have started. Dense fog is likely over Assam, Meghalaya and Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura on 4th and 5th as well as 6th. So 3 days we are expecting fog warnings. If you see the global model, as already said, we were expecting this particular system is forming. We are monitoring, however, there is less probability of this developing into a cyclone, tropical cyclone. On the other hand, remnant of this cyclone Burevi is like there is also a probability of its intensification. Let us see the extended range forecast, which indicates the probability of cyclogenesis for this remnant of Burevi, re-intensification of the low pressure area associated with Burevi. There is some probability. It is not in the Arabian Sea. There is some probability of it intensifying again. But the cyclonic circulation over Malay Peninsula is not very likely to intensify. Of course, we are monitoring it on a day-to-day basis. If you see the rainfall forecast, as expected, because of this movement of this tropical cyclone over the extreme south peninsula, rainfall is positive. Due to western disturbances, some rainfall is expected over the North Indian region. That is extreme north, only Jammu and Kashmir hilly regions will get some rainfall. Overall, if you see, the rainfall is likely to be over the North India, it is not likely to be very significantly more above normal. It is in fact likely to be, but over the South Peninsula, the rainfall is likely to be significantly above normal on account of the tropical cyclone. If you see the minimum temperature, you see that in week 1, which is up to 10th December, we are expecting minimum temperatures to rise over North India and fall over South India. Although the average temperatures of North India are lower than South India, nevertheless the anomalies for North India will indicate that it will be above normal minimum temperatures. The same pattern is seen in the maximum temperature also, which is indicating that the above normal maximum temperatures also over North and Central India. So minimum as well as maximum temperatures are likely to be above normal over North in plains and hills of North India as well as up to Central India, whereas they are likely to be below normal over South India. So if you come to the summary, as I said before, this current cyclonic storm Burevi, it is re-emerging in the Arabian Sea. There is some likelihood of its re-intensification. We are monitoring it. The other system over Malay Peninsula, current model forecasts indicate it will not intensify. We are monitoring it. And week 2, there is no probability of cyclogenesis over the near the seas of the surrounding the Indian subcontinent. If you see the rainfall, as I have already discussed, rainfall is likely to be above normal over extreme South Peninsular India, but otherwise above normal rainfall over northwest Indian Himalayas and west peninsular coast in week 2 because of movement of western disturbances over northwest India and over some remnant of these systems in the Arabian Sea. Maximum and minimum temperatures both are likely to be above normal during week 1 and will be more or less normal during the week 2. That is all for this week. Please go further to our apps and our Twitter accounts to follow the weather on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.